ago, we started talking about a very important matter. We called it basic toasting methods. All right. And it was so interesting. All right. And by talking about toasting methods, what we meant were basic ways to start a conversation with a lady that you're interested in. Okay. If you missed the conversations there, please do well to go to our YouTube channel and watch the replay. We have them there, basic toasting methods 1 and 2. Okay. Don't forget, everything you hear from us, interpret it with the lens of preparing you for marriage, and that will do you a lot of good. Okay, Perry, great. It's good to see you again. It's been a while, I think. All right. So straight away, what every lady should know, all right, what I really want to tell the ladies. In the past 2 weeks, we've been speaking to the guys, so I thought it would be proper to not let the ladies be left out. So let us share, okay, my thoughts that I think would be helpful to 1 or 2 ladies. Okay, point number 1, are you ready? If you're ready, I want to see you type in the comment section, say, I'm ready, okay, so that I can be sure that, you're with me and we can do this together. All right, so we're going to talk about what every lady should know. Things I want to tell ladies. My advice for young ladies. Okay, so I want to see you type there that you are ready. And once that is done, we will go ahead. Okay? All right, so straight away, point number 1. One of the very fundamental things I think every lady should know is that you don't have to say yes when you're asked out. The answer doesn't have to be yes, it can be no. All right, and this is very important. You see, some people think that the singular fact that a male figure in their lives, approaches them and is asking for a relationship, they think that it has to be yes. They have to get into that relationship. No, you don't have to. All right, so you need to know that you have the right, you have the power, you have the authority to say no. It doesn't have to be yes. All right? It doesn't have to be yes. So if you don't like someone or you're not particularly convinced about this person, all right, and the person is coming, to indicate interest and let you know, you're my world, you're everything in my life. Well, if you don't dig it, feel free to say no. Feel free to tell the person to give you some time. Okay, but you don't have to get into a relationship that you are not convinced about. Don't forget that here, when we talk about relationship, we're telling you that the end goal should be marriage. You should have a viewpoint of marriage. In other words, if you cannot see yourself getting married to this person now, okay, or in the near future, then there is no point getting into a relationship. You guys should at best be friends. I still don't understand why some people have a challenge with being friends. I don't know why some people don't know the meaning of being friends with a member of the opposite gender. Okay, it does not have to be emotional. It does not have to be a relationship. It does not have to be sensual. All right, you can be friends, and you're not doing anything romantic. All right, you're just friends. You're there to help each other grow mutually. All right, and you have shared values. You are inspiring each other towards a particular path. And you guys have a lot in common. All right, my point is, you guys can be friends. It does not have to be a relationship. So point number 1 is, as a young lady, you don't have to say yes simply because someone is asking you out. Your answer can be no. All right. As basic as this point sounds, it is very important. Somebody needs to hear this. Your answer can be no. All right. In my interaction with a number of young ladies, I've heard people say to me before that, but what will I do now? He already asked me out. Yeah, he asked you out. I mean, ask you out is his opinion, is his prerogative, is his right to ask you out. That's fine. But it's also your right and your prerogative to accept or not accept. Okay, nobody should impose a relationship on you. Like I said in the first week, under the basic toasting method, no one should blackmail you or intimidate you or harass you into a relationship. Okay, I need to jump to the next point. The next point kind of derives from the first one. And the second point is that you mustn't be in a relationship per time. I say that again. You must not be in a relationship per time. There are young ladies who, since their adolescence or teenage, have never had a space of 1 year where they were not in a relationship. Okay, and what this does to you is that it leaves you with a lot of hurtful and negative experiences, to the point that you begin to doubt that relationships can be genuine. You begin to doubt that there can be genuine men, and you begin to doubt that your relationship and marriage can work. Why? Because you have filled your life with a lot of unnecessary negative experiences that did not have to be. So, you don't have to be in a relationship at every stage in your life, or at every point in your life, when you start becoming a young adult. You don't have to. All right. Feel free to go relationship free for a number of months, years. Do you understand? Until you are convinced that you are ready for this. You are ready for the commitments. Until you are convinced that you know exactly what you are doing. You know exactly who you are and what kind of person would fit the kind of life that you desire for yourself. Many times when people get into relationships unprepared, the challenge is that they don't even know what they want. So it is hard to know who is the right person to fit into your life. All right. And I'm using the words fit deliberately so that it gives you the idea of, a round peg in a round hole, or a square peg trying to get into a round hole, because it does not fit. So it will not get in properly. Okay. There are certain people who do not fit in your life for marriage. They may be fine as your neighbors. They may be fine as just an acquaintance. They may be fine as friends. They may be fine as church members, even maybe a pastor, a church relationship. That's all good. Or they may not fit for life partner. All right. So you need to know this, that until you have a healthy sense of self and purpose and vision and direction for yourself, you may not be able to determine who is a right fit for you for life partner. So until then, please do well to not be in a relationship. Okay. Some people get out of a relationship today, and by next week, they're hunting for the next relationship. In fact, some people end a relationship today in view of the next person they want to get into a relationship. And in fact, some people end a relationship because of the new relationship they want to get into. Listen, you must not be in a relationship at every point in your life. You must not. Take some time to self-observe. Take some time to self-learn. Take some time to understand better, about life, about yourself, about marriage, about love. You see, the challenge when you are running away from sitting beside yourself and engaging yourself, the challenge with that is that there are certain things you will never learn. I tell people, every time you get out of one relationship, do an evaluation of that relationship. What did you learn from it? What did you take out of it? What were the good moments? What were the bad moments? What are the lessons? You see, and to do this, you need your head clear. You can't be doing this when there's already another human being in your life at that time, taking all your emotional attention and your emotional energy. You see, so there are times you don't need to be in any relationship because you are sitting beside yourself and trying to learn a few important things that will help you in the next decisions you would make in your life. I hope that is clear enough. All right. So the second point here is that you do not have to be in a relationship all the time. There are times you should stay away. All right. Don't end one relationship today and jump into another one tomorrow. In fact, don't use the new relationship to make up for the just ended relationship. Don't use it to distract yourself from the emotional hurts of the just ended relationship. Take time and deal with that relationship that just ended. Take time to learn the lessons from it. Take time to check what level of impact that past relationship has had in your life. I will advise you to go watch our sessions or series on how healthy is your relationship, because one of the things we looked at there is the individuality question. And that question simply says, what are you becoming by virtue of this relationship? Have you traded all the values that you held so dearly to your life because of this person you're now in a relationship with? Are you comfortable with this new you are becoming? Are you comfortable? Does this new you fit into the idea of the picture you have desired for yourself? Is this new you one that you are proud of, one that you want to share with everybody in your life, your parents, your siblings, the people that form the closest and most important circles in your life? This new you, are you glad to share it with them? All right. Would they be proud of you? You want to take some time and evaluate before you jump into yet another relationship. It's a mark of childishness and lack of maturity emotionally where you jump from one relationship to another. And that is exactly the same reasons why you carry the same mistakes from the previous relationship into your next relationship. Because you didn't have time to reflect, you didn't have time to learn, you didn't have time to grow. And the worst part about people like this is that they keep blaming the other person for everything that went wrong in that relationship. I tell people, if you're fond of blaming your partner or your ex for why your relationship didn't work, it may be signs that you have not learned any lesson from that relationship. Because if you have taken time to reflect, then you should also see certain areas where you were wrong and certain things you shouldn't do next time. So it's one of the things I always ask people, what are you taking away from that relationship? You say he was a very useless guy. All he wants is sex. He likes running around with women, and all of those stuff. What did you take away from that relationship? Was there nothing good at all? What did you see in the first place that made you to go into that relationship with him? You want to take time to extract the lessons, all right? Extract the lessons for yourself. For yourself, what you would do differently, all right? You need to extract those lessons first and be sure that you have healed, all right, from the previous relationship before you get into the next. And don't forget, if you cannot put marriage in view, please don't run with everybody who comes asking you out. That takes us back to point number one. It must not be yes. Someone is interested in you. You have a right to not be interested in him. All right? You have a right. It doesn't have to be a relationship. Keep it somewhere. Relate from afar for now. All right? Until you are sure that you are in a state where you're ready to get into a new relationship. So point number 2, you mustn't always be in a relationship. Take note of that. Point number 3, I want young ladies to know is that you should build confidence. Build confidence. Let me say it again. Build confidence. Guys love it when a woman is confident. Now, the only guys who don't like confident ladies are the ones who are looking for people whom they could oppress, all right, people whom they could intimidate, manipulate, and, just use them abusively. Those are the only guys who would not be comfortable with a lady who's confident. All right? But typically, any person of value, any guy of value knows that he wants a lady who's confident. All right? I mean, there's just a lot of beauty, that comes with you being confident. All right? But take note, your confidence is derived from your self-concept, from your self-esteem. Okay, from your self-value, your self-worth. What do you think about yourself? Okay, confidence does not depend on physical and earthly acquisitions. It should not depend on that. As a matter of fact, if your confidence strictly depends on your physical, acquisitions, then that is not self-confidence. That is low self-esteem. Because you are only valuing yourself based on externalities. And the moment those externalities are taken away from you, there goes your value. Your value drops as those things are going away. But you see, a person of true value, a person who understands themselves and understands their worth, okay, whether or not they have those physical additions, they have a healthy sense of who they are and they are comfortable anytime in their own skin. You see, with or without physical and earthly possessions, with or without the designer bags and shoes and clothes, with or without the most expensive makeup and perfumes, with or without the nice and expensive hair, they are confident and comfortable in their own skin. All right. So confidence does not depend on what you have. It depends on who you are and your understanding and estimation of that value of yourself. I hope somebody understands this. Okay. So what men do is that when they see that you lack confidence, they prey on you. They come after you. They know how to put you where you belong so that you feel happy about them being in your lives, and you feel like, you're getting all your validation from them. And then that makes you, at their mercy. It makes you helpless where that guy is. So you see that what many young guys do is that they find a lady who lacks self-confidence and they prey on her. Okay, they make her feel like her importance is tied to them. They make her feel like her importance, her fulfillment, her validation is tied to them, the guys. Okay, and they use that as a manipulative tool against that lady. So you need to be confident. Another thing young ladies need to know is that guys can literally tell whether or not you are confident. It's an aura. It's all over you. They smell it. They smell it. They sniff it. They sniff your lack of confidence and they come after you hard. That's what playboys do. They look for the ones who would be the obvious kill. Even some of the ones who try to put up a bold front. The guy takes it up as a challenge. He wants to crack this case. Worse off when you lack confidence. They will come after you. And that is the same reasons why you will discover that somehow all the guys who tend to come after you for a relationship seem to all be coming after the same thing: your body. Your body. Your body. Because they have sized you up and they have seen that you don't value yourself highly. So they try to give you a false sense of value so that you feel good about yourself, tied to them. Take note, that validation is tied to them. And then they put you in a position where you cannot hold back, but just give in to their demands for your body. Okay, so take note, you need to build confidence. You need to build confidence. When I speak about confidence, please, there's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. There are some people who are just simply rude. Rudeness is not confidence. A guy says hello and you look at him from head to toe and size him up. And you say, what? You don't even know who this person is. I mean, some ladies are quick to check if you are at their level or not. They're quick to check what vehicle you're coming with. They're quick to check how you're dressed. Okay, is it with the designer clothes, to know whether or not they should discuss with you. Listen to me. You will lose very important relationships in your life if that is how you evaluate all the men that come to you. Okay, so confidence is not arrogance. Arrogance is negative vibes. Okay, confidence is that boldness, all right, that does not put people down around you, all right, but arrogance is that boldness that puts people down and makes them feel like they are less of themselves. You see, confidence is contagious. When you're confident, the people around you can drink from that confidence, and it also helps build their confidence. You see, but on the contrary, when you're an arrogant person, the people around you are diminished. All right. And then they feel less of themselves, because that is the vibes you are sending out to them, putting them down, making them know that they're not at your level. You're at this level because you're such a special and super person, and they're not anywhere close to you. So, hey, just stay and maintain your level. All right. So that kind of thing. You see, so confidence is empowering. Arrogance is disempowering. It's negative vibes. So when I'm telling you about building confidence, take note, it's about that positive vibe, okay, that empowers the people around you, that makes you sweet and make people want to relate with you, make people want to hang around your corner, all right? Not the one that pushes people away from you or makes them feel less of themselves every time they are around you. Listen to me, young ladies, you need to learn about confidence, and you need to be a confident person. It's confidence that will help you to be able to stand up to somebody and say no, all right? Now, there are guys who ask you out and they believe that because of their spec and, their looks and whatever it is they have that they are flaunting at your face, they just expect that you should trip. If you lack confidence, you will not be able to stand up to such a person and say, no, I'm not interested, take a walk. You won't be able to do that. So it's confidence that helps you to know that, hey, listen, I don't have to say yes. I don't have to be in this relationship. I'm just fine the way I am right now. When I'm ready for a relationship, I will know. But it will not be this one, not this person, not right now. You see, it's when you're confident that you can take such decisions. You see, a mark of lack of confidence is having a victim mentality. You feel like you should be helped. You always feel like other people are better than you. Have you heard people around you say things like, when you make them, remember me, oh. You know, for those who don't understand pidgin English, you know, they tell you that, when you make it in life, please remember me. Please carry me along. And then I tell people, who told you that you cannot make it? Who told you you shouldn't be the one remembering me when you make it? So you see, why do you already put yourself in the victim position? Why do you put yourself in the position in life that makes you feel and look disempowered? You see, when you send such vibes to a guy, he knows that you lack confidence and he will come after you and take advantage of your lack of confidence. You see, so you need to deal with that victim mentality. You know, when you're traveling out, I will just come and enter your bag so that you can help me, you know, or you know, you just tie your progress in life to somebody else. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. Don't have a victim mentality. It won't help you. All right. And the same vein, don't tie your sense of importance to anything external, because external things can come and go. Okay, so if you tie your sense of importance to anything that you have, okay, when that thing is taken away from you, that means your importance has gone down. All right, just imagine somebody whose sense of self-worth is tied to the fact that when iPhone 6 came out, he was one of the first to have it in the area. And then since then, life has been hard with that person and he's not been able to change his iPhone 6, you know. Since then, will he even be confident enough to bring out that phone right now, where there's the iPhone 14? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it cannot be tied to anything external. All right, because those things would come and go. There would always be improvements of anything physical. Okay, don't tie your sense of worth to anything external. Let your sense of worth be tied strongly to who you are. And when I speak about who you are, permit me very quickly to let you know that you are made in the image and the likeness of God. In other words, your real sense of value derives from God. I would love to say a lot about this, but I also want to refer you to our conversations about self-love. All right, please go look for that session on self-love. We treated that sometime in April or May this year. Okay, it's right there on our YouTube channel. Go check that and you'll see all that we said about understanding your self-value. But it should not come from anything external. All right, so you need to know this. You need to know this. As a young lady, there are vibes around you. If you are confident, we see it. If you are not confident, we see it. If you are permit me for want of a better word, if you're a cheap girl, we see it. We see it. All right? If you are not, we also see it. I remember a particular young lady, I think at some point when I was in school, very beautiful girl, very lovely, beautiful by all means. But guess what? Unlike what you typically see on campus, guys were not always around her. They were not always trying their shot. Or you try once, the impression you get, you run away for a very long time. It's not because she was rude, but she had this air, this courage that lets you know that, hey, I'm not playing here. Do you understand this? So guess what? All the playboys could not even make any advance at her because she was just on a completely different level. Okay, that was some sense of confidence. But then guess what? There are some other people who are also very beautiful, but you see, because they have tied their sense of worth to that beauty, which is external, which is, you didn't do anything. You found yourself like that. God made you like that. You were born like that. Do you understand? Now, because they tied their sense of importance to that beauty, guys prey on that and then use that to get access to their bodies and destroy their hearts, destroy their lives, and just make them worse off than they were in the first place. Okay, so your sense of self-worth should not be tied to anything physical or external. All right, it should be tied to knowing who you are, who God has made you to be, and knowing that you derive from God. You came out of God. So your true value is God, as a matter of fact. So find more about yourself, from what God has said about you, and then you will just be better poised to face the world of men out there. All right, so let me move on very quickly, but don't forget that you're you're always sending out signals. Good signals, positive signals, healthy signals. I'm available, I'm cheap, I'm empty, I need validation. You're always putting out those vibes, and that is why guys come after you the way they do. That is why a certain kind of guys, let me put it that way, the playboys, the users, the manipulators, the chop and go, the hit and run are always the ones coming. You want to sit back and, in fact, let me just say this. If you're a young lady who feels like all the guys that really come around you are just out to come and get a piece of you and leave, then you probably want to find time for us to talk. Reach out, let's discuss, or speak to any other seasoned counselor or coach, relationship coach, because they need to help you out of this. It's something about the signals you're sending. Listen to me. You can get better empowered. Change the signals you're sending, and guess what? Those same people who used to be attracted to that former signal will now be repelled by the new signals you're sending, because this time the signals you're sending says, hey, I'm not here to play. I'm not at your disposal. I'm not cheap. I'm empowered. I know who I am. All right. And I'm not at your mercy. I'm not helpless. I don't need your validation. Okay. So you need to have, come, let us discuss, or reach out to any other relationship therapist, counselor, coach, so that they can help you get a better hang of things and a better, feeling about yourself. All right. So let me move on to the next point. Point number 4. I've said points 1, 2, 3. Point 1 was that you don't have to say yes when asked out. You have a right to say no. Point 2 was that you don't have to be in a relationship at every stage in your life. Point 3 was build confidence. All right. Build confidence. Guys are attracted to your confidence. Okay. Yeah. And then point number 4, your feelings belong to you. Let me say it again. Your feelings belong to you. So learn to control them. Your feelings belong to you. Learn to control them. You don't belong to your feelings. You own the feelings. They don't own you. All right. This is very important. As a matter of fact, I put up something on my WhatsApp status earlier today. There was a meme I saw and I just liked it. Somebody said, I have feelings for you. The other one said, me too. And then the other one says, okay, so what are we? And the other one says, we are feelers. That's all. We don't, funny enough, this is how some people get into relationship. I have feelings for you, me too. Okay, so now that, so based on feelings, we are now in a relationship. What kind of nonsense is that? Can't you see that that's just a clear indication that relationship will not even see the light of day? Because the next time those feelings are out or they jump to somebody else, there goes the relationship. So take note, your feelings are yours. Learn to control them. Now, speaking about feelings, you also need to know this. In your journey through life, you will have feelings for so many things and so many people. Feelings are not meant to be pursued or to be followed. If you follow your feelings, they will take you to where you don't know. Help. Then they carry me go where I don't know. Your feelings will carry you to where you don't know. All right? Your feelings will drag you to where they are going that you don't even know. All right, so own your feelings, control them. Feelings are meant to be controlled. Why? Because they are influenced by everything around you, everything that hits your gateways, your sense of sight, taste, smell, feelings, hearing. All these are things that affect your feelings, okay? Something nice happens, you feel happy. Something else happens, you feel sad. You don't want to live your life based on feelings. So in the same vein, you see somebody who looks good and your feelings jump and tell you, I like this one, butterflies in your tummy. You see, tell those butterflies to shut up and go away. Coordinate your feelings. When you are not able to coordinate your feelings, you make a lot of stupid decisions. Somebody say you're a philanthropist. Feelers. You have to learn to coordinate your feelings. They will take you to somewhere you are not ready to go. I'm telling you this. Control your feelings. That you have feelings for a boy does not mean you should tell him. I don't even know where people got that idea from. Why are you going to tell people? I asked somebody one time, do you tell everybody you have feelings for that you have feelings for them? Is that really how you are? So you have feelings for John Bosco today. You got to meet John Bosco. I'm having feelings for you. You have feelings for Kanayo tomorrow. You got to meet him. Kanayo, I have feelings for you. You have feelings for Michael next tomorrow. Oh, Michael, I have feelings. Oh, what's all this? Is that really? You don't don't have to tell them. You see, you don't owe anybody the information of what you feel about them. You do not. Okay? And while I'm saying you don't have to go tell them, you also don't have to show it. Listen, there are some ladies who, you gotta help us, guys. So you see, to a large extent, the way a guy will respond to you or relate with you, to a large extent, depends on the vibes he's getting from you. There are some young ladies, you see a guy, and everything about you tells him, I'm head over heels for you, I'm dying for you, I'm literally, I'm tripping for you. You know, I want you, I want to talk to you, I want to hold you. Everything about your body is showing that. Little wonder that the first minute you're talking to him, the next thing he's asking you is to come over. Let's see for the weekend. Let's see, come and spend the night. Because everything about you has given yourself away and said, hey, I'm here for your having, oh, I'm here for your pleasure. Come and take me and use me as you want. You see, that's because such a person could not coordinate those feelings. I mean, he just passes by you and you're already smiling. You're already smiling sheepishly and just wondering, hey, come on. Coordinate yourself. Get a sense of coordination. Get a grip on yourself. All right? Your feelings are yours to coordinate. Some people think it's only guys that stare. Ooh, I've seen ladies who know how to stare at guys. They're looking at you, they're looking. They're locked in on you. They even forget what is going on around them. You smile, they smile. even when your smile is for something different, they're just locked on you. You see, young ladies, you need to learn to control your emotions. You don't go around telling all the boys that you have feelings for them. It's completely unnecessary. That you have feelings for anyone, it is valid. Trust me, it is valid that you have feelings. You're a human being. You're a healthy human being. However, don't let those feelings direct your next line of engagement with that person. Rather, take some time off. And like I tell people, ask yourself, what exactly do I like about this person? Have that honest conversation with yourself. It will help you. Why am I tripping for this guy? Maybe something about his smile. I like the way he smiles. Oh, it makes me feel good about myself. That's fine. That's all. It does not have to. What exactly are you tripping for this person for? You need to be able to ask yourself, why do I like this guy? All right, why am I head over heels, for him? What exactly? Is it something about his dressing? Is it something about the way he speaks? Is it something about the way he comports himself? You need to ask yourself, what exactly? And when you find that, that is all. Take that. That is your takeaway from that person. Okay, how do I mean? Perhaps if you like something about the way he smiles, that should impact on you to go and also have yourself a great smile. So get home, look in the mirror, and start trying different kinds of smile. Try. Look for the one that works for you. Do you understand? That is the takeaway. You don't have to go and build your life around him now because of his beautiful smile. Do you understand what I'm saying? Someone says, have some self-respect. Yes. And your self-respect shows in the way you treat yourself around other people. Okay? So please take note, my dear philanthropists and feelers. Feelings are for you to subdue and control, not for you to let loose. Do you know why there are so many terrible things happening in people's lives today in the name of relationship? It's because many people have not learned to control their feelings. The way feelings are, the more you gratify them, the more they grow. Feelings are never satisfied. Never satisfied. And that is why they say, in pidgin English, they say, na clap the lead to dance. Because, at first you tell yourself, let me just hold her hands, or let me just hold his hands. Feelings are involved. There's current exchange. Okay? Oh, I just want a hug. Oh, a peck. Oh, just a kiss. A small kiss, not a long one. And then before you know it, you have pull clothes. And like they say in Igbo land, if any game. Do you understand? Everything will happen. Because those feelings, with every level of gratification, they cry for more. You see, you allow a small opening, and then the feelings gushing and they want more. Do you understand? That's why you have to control them. And it's because people have not learned to control their feelings that you see all manner of somewhat extreme sexual desires. Human being cannot satisfy you anymore. It has to be a horse, animal. Feelings, because you have refused to know that you should control this thing. It has to be dog, it has to be toys, it has to be other things. Because you have refused to control those sexual urges. All right? Someone said, oh, yeah, I taught this sometime in school that year, but you never learned it. Uche, you see, yes, I've always taught these things, as a matter of fact. Always taught these things, because, like I said, time-tested principles, they've been there for a long time. If you know it, to your advantage. If you don't know it, to your disadvantage. Okay, so let me move on. You see, so please take note of feelings are yours to control. Don't let them lead you. All right. When you see somebody you really admire, find out what you love about that person, get the positive vibes out of that, and find a way to apply it to your life, and let that be the value you take out of that relationship. You don't reward somebody for his beautiful smile by giving him a hug. You don't reward a beautiful smile by taking the person to your bed. You don't reward a beautiful smile by opening your legs for a guy. If you see something you like about the person, find a way to internalize that quality and let it improve the quality of person that you are. Listen to me. The moment you start throwing yourself around a guy, you drop your ratings in his sight. If he even wanted to run after you before, when he sees you now being the one to run after him, he just leaves you for the for the feelings value, for the sex value. He loses the real interest he was really having, because you've delivered yourself too cheaply. You've delivered yourself too easily. You see? So yes, you like him. Yes, you're drawn to him. Yes, you're attracted to him, but learn to coordinate it. The next points, may help you know how to express this better. So let me move to point number 5. All right. Point number 4 was that you should learn to control your feelings. Point number 5 is learn to be close to him, yet far. Let me say it again. Learn how to be close to him, yet far. Now, what do I mean by this? All right. You see, yes, you really want this person. You want to get close to this person. You want, this is somebody you've checked out for a while and you like him. You want you guys to get into a relationship, but for goodness sake, you just feel like, man, it's just out of place. I can't go and be asking him out now. Come on. So here you want to learn how to position yourself around him. You want him to notice you and then to come after you, right? Now, I said something here. I said, learn how to be close to him, yet far. So what do I mean about what do I mean by this? You need to know that, you see, men like to chase. Men like to conquer. They want to have a sense of pursuit. They want to have a sense of being the ones who are coming after you, coming after something they love. Men are project driven. Men are, that's just the typical man. There's something he wants to be pursuing per time. Now he has seen this beautiful lady and he likes her. He wants her. All right. So he starts scheming, starts planning, starts, working around it, make it try everything he can do to get to her. Guess what? All of that vibe, all of that fun will just be destroyed when you come and deliver yourself to him like that. See, come on. All right. So when you are close and then yet far, this means that somehow you're within his space, but it does not give room for being taken for granted. He sees you every time, yes, but there's some self-respect around you. You don't throw yourself at him. You don't deliver yourself to him. Another way you do it is that you know how to keep the conversations short and purposeful and keep him wanting to talk with you again and again. Let me tell you what some young ladies do. Because this boy you have been tripping for finally has noticed and is coming, you guys are going to see today, You behave as if there is nothing else important in your life. You give him your full life, your full time, everything. Listen, nowhere to cut short that visit, nowhere to cut short that outing. Let him know that, there are other things that are important to you. Someone says, except me, I'm that man that will not stress himself. Yes, that's true. There are guys like that. They ask you out once you're not interested, they bounce. They look for somebody else. No time, all right? Yeah, I know there are people like that. Okay, but really, when a man sees a girl he really, really, really wants, and she's not giving in, he will pursue her, trust me. He will go after her. So, let him know that there are other things that are important in your life. There are other things that you're doing right now. There are other things you could be doing with this time. Do you understand? Don't behave as though you are just available. I'm here for you. Okay, what do you want us to do next? Where should we go next? Okay, I'm here. Talk about every silly thing, laugh for jokes that are not funny. I don't know if you got the last part of what I said, because I saw that the video was paused for a bit. I said you need to give him some level of scarcity of your presence so that he would value every time he has to be with you. Okay? So sometimes he wants to hang out with you, you are not chanced. Even if all you're doing right now was just sitting down and pressing your phone or watching a movie. Oh, tell him it's not a good time for you, perhaps some other time. But you guys could just talk on the phone for a bit. All right? So that way, you are around him, you are disposed favorably to him. He can't say this girl is giving me attitude. He can't say this girl is rude. Do you understand? But you have not thrown yourself at him. You have not done that. So don't just deliver yourself like I'm all here for you. Don't do that. Learn how to pace those conversations. Learn how to let him know that certain things are not, this thing you're looking for is not available for conversation now. And that will even take me to the next point. But let me see if there's any other thing I want to say, around this point. Yeah, so still on this point on managing your time around him, okay, feel free to, sometimes just schedule other appointments when you're going to be. So let me put it this way. You guys have planned to hang out for 7 o'clock. Let him know that by 9 p.m. I have to be home. Do you understand? I can't be out beyond 7. I can't be out beyond 8. I can't be out beyond 6. I can't be out beyond 9 or 10. Let him know that there is some coordination around your life. Do you understand? Let him know that there are other people that are important in your life. What do you want to do next? Oh, I want to go meet with so person. I have some other meeting. All right. Oh, I want to just talk with my family members. I need to speak with my sister. Just let him know that there are other things. Do you understand? There's a lot going in your life. Your life is not right now just about him. But unfortunately, many a young lady, because she is drunk in love or lost or tripping, as the case may be, she just makes this guy feel like, see, there's nothing else I am doing in my life. It is all about you. When you do that, and you make yourself overly available for this guy, it is one of the things that leads to him treating you with contempt. In pidgin English, it is called see finish. He's no longer running after you. You're just there at his beck and call. Before you know it, he starts sending you on all kinds of useless errands. Hey, help me get this as you're coming. I don't even want to get into all those. I think there's another point where I'll speak about that. If not, okay, I think there's another point where I'll speak about that. So let me just jump that information for now. Okay. So the next point there, which derives from this point of knowing how to be close yet far, okay, has to do with what you're giving off about yourself. And the point is this, point number 6, be conservative with personal information. Let me say it again. Be conservative with personal information. Don't meet somebody today and tomorrow you have told him about your full life history. Sanguines, this is to you. Be careful. Because a typical sanguine will just talk and tell you everything about their life now. They are finished telling you about their lives before they discover that, I've already told everything about myself. I don't have anything about you. What about you? And the guy tells you, yes, I'm fine. That's all. You see, so learn how to coordinate, how to be discreet with information. Know how to be conservative with personal information. Do you understand? Like I said in the previous point, you are discussing with this person. Let him know that there are certain areas that are not available for conversation now. Talk about every other thing. Talk about life. Talk about politics. Talk about business. Talk about leadership. Talk about, your country. Talk about something else. It must not be personal. Let me take a point that someone says. Someone says he'll then ask you if you're a child. Okay, so please be bold to say yes. You're a child of God and also a child of your parents, meaning that you are accountable and responsible to someone. Exactly. Now that has to do with that point about letting them know that you cannot be out beyond a particular time. Yes, as a matter of fact, it's a mark of accountability. All right. You're accountable to yourself. You're accountable to people in your life. Do you understand? So take note about the next point, or take note of the next point. I said, be conservative with personal information. Don't talk about everything. Not all topics are open for discussion. I mean, somebody you're just meeting today and the hottest thing he wants to talk about is about your love life. Is something wrong with his head? You don't owe him that conversation. Now, typically I'd have stopped at this time, but you remember we started somewhat 15 minutes late, so I would just stretch it a little bit so that, I don't stop too soon. Okay, so personal information are not available for conversation. Yeah, thank you, Tom. He says it's a gradual process. Yes. Keep personal information aside. For now, talk about every other thing. And take note, while all this talk is going on, you, the lady, you are the one, if the man is not doing his own assessment, you are the one assessing him. Do you understand? You're asking yourself, what kind of person is he? I need to know what his true values are. I need to know what he's really after. Is he a true friend, or is he after my body? You're checking all of those things. You're checking what kind of person he is. You're checking what kind of values he has. You're checking what his vision is for himself. You're checking what's important to him. You're checking what kind of friends he has. You're checking what kind of jokes he laughs at, what kind of things, are funny to him, and what kind of things. Do you understand? You are doing a lot of assessment there. So you be conservative with information while you are observing and asking questions and getting him to reveal more, on the areas that are important to you. Very important. Very important. You start talking to somebody today, and the next thing he wants to know is about your relationship, your past relationship, your ex. None of his business. You're talking to somebody today, and he wants to know about the first time you had sex. None of his business. He wants to know about your best position. Rubbish, arrant rubbish. He wants to, and the conversation is all sexual. Nonsense. He has no value to you to bring to your life. He's after your body, clearly. And I tell people this. Don't give up such vibes that the first day somebody is meeting you, all he has to discuss with you is about sex with you, whether directly or indirectly. Don't give up such vibes. Yes, it's true that there are some people that are just very ill-mannered. They don't know that a lady should be respected. So every time they see a young lady, all they're thinking of is a body that they can sleep with. So yeah, there are some people like that. I mean, that's different. Okay. So even if you are dressed, covered from head to toe, all they can imagine with a lady is about her sexuality. All right. There are those useless ones, right? Now, don't by your own self give yourself away to the point where all the vibes that are coming out from you is the fact that your body is available for the next bidder. Come on, ladies, coordinate yourself with some more self-respect. All right, so that not everybody who's talking to you, the next thing they want to know is, let's hang out again now. Let's meet at the club, or come over to my house, or let's spend the night at the hotel. By the time somebody you're meeting just yesterday is already beginning to sound like this towards you, ask yourself, perhaps I may have given off some wrong vibes. Don't start insulting him and blaming him. No. Just blame yourself first and tell yourself, what signals did I possibly send to this guy? Who does he think I am? All right. Now let me move on. Okay. Because I want to just finish this today. I don't want to push this to next week. Next week we're supposed to take questions. Okay. So I've said something, be conservative with personal information. It is not his business. Your personal life is not his business. Your past relationship is not his business. Whether you have had sex before is not his business. Your family life is not his business. Those kind of information would only come out over time when there's some level of trust in who this person is. Okay, when there is some level of, trust, and you know that, okay, certain information are safe with this person. All right. Somebody said something here that all that's on some ladies' mind is shawarma and jollof rice. Yeah, that's just an example of ladies who want to get something out of the guys. They just want to get something out of you. Okay. I remember one encounter I had one time, and it just made me laugh. Okay. So yeah, I have this habit then, of meeting, when I meet people who I think I want to have their contact, I'll just go all out and ask for your contact. I'll just ask, hey, how are you? Introduce myself and request to get your number. If it's okay by you, you give me. If it's not okay by you, no problem. No ulterior motives. So one of those days I met this girl at the ATM, beautiful girl. Yeah, we had a good conversation, and I requested for her number, but she wasn't going to give it. She said her phone was bad or something. She didn't have a phone or something like that. But instead, she was going to take my number. So I said, okay, I think my business card was with me. That day was a work day. And then I gave her my card. And now, just as I was working out of that ATM machine, all right, one of my directors at the office, the driver came to withdraw some money. And so he saw me right there at the door of the ATM, normal greeted, okay, I beg, make I just quickly withdraw, So she saw that interaction, and then he told me, okay, since he's going back to the office, let's just ride together. So he opened the car, quick, and then it was a luxury car. And then I just went and waited for him in the car. And then he withdrew and also ran back to the car and started driving off. This young lady was watching. Guess what? The next minute, my phone rang. And I picked, hello, who's this? Sorry, not who is this, that's not answer calls, But trying to find out who it was. And then it was this young lady who said her phone was not with her, she didn't have a phone. And I'm like, hey, I thought you didn't have a phone. How come you're calling me already? And suddenly she has seen me get into a luxury car. She has seen, my driver per se. And now I'm somebody that she wants to be friends with. You see, so automatically now, I'm sure she's thinking of what she can get out of this guy. And definitely that was the case, because guess what? The next series of calls I kept getting from that girl, oh my God. I need to talk about that in a full session. Oh, it is her birthday. Oh, she needs to go back to school. Oh, she needs clothes. Oh, new phone. All manner of demands. And I'm saying, look at this girl. You don't even know you don't know who you're talking to. And then she wants to hang out. Oh, and she's telling me all the nice clubs in Lagos. Okay. And I'm like, whoa. Just because you saw me get into that fine car, just now you did not want to talk to me, or you did not want to give me number, but now you don't pushing me up and down. Well, that's a clear case of ladies who just completely give it all away because they want something in return from that person, or they want that person to fund their fantasy and fund their lifestyle. Okay, so much for that. Let me move on to the next 2 points. Okay, and I'll just stop there. The next point I'll share, point number 7, is develop yourself. Develop yourself. As a young lady, please pay attention to personal development. I cannot overemphasize this. I cannot overemphasize this point. Please develop yourself. Develop yourself. What more can I say? Learn a skill. Okay. When you're done learning that skill, learn another one. Develop yourself. Who can help me explain this point some more? Add value to yourself. Bring more to the table beyond your body. Bring more to the table. Bring more value to any person who has to talk with you. Let people talk with you and find intelligence. Let them find substance. Let them find worth. Let them not just talk to you and all that you have to say is, okay, wow, oh, wow. No. Be able to contribute to a conversation. Some people cannot contribute to any conversation, even talk about their village, talk about their grandfather, talk about they cannot contribute to any conversation. That doesn't show some level of intelligence. Yes, personal growth. Thank you for helping out with that. Okay. Yeah, that's part of development, personal development. You need to improve yourself. You need to learn something about almost everything. You need to know current affairs. You need to know what's happening around the world. You need to know what's happening around you. You need to be situationally aware. You understand? You need to be environmentally aware. You need to know what's going on. What's the political landscape like? I'm not saying you need to know everybody, but there are characteristic or critical times in certain environments, and you need to know what's happening. You need to know. You need to have something to say about what's going on in the world. Young ladies, please, you need to know this. A man is actually interested in an intelligent conversation with a lady, especially somebody who wants to marry. He wants to be able to have intelligent conversations with you. Do you want your man to discuss the most important things in his life with every other person except from you? No, he wants to be able to talk about his projects with you. He wants to be able to discuss his vision with you. He wants to discuss about what's going on in his office with you. He wants to be able to seek your advice and your help sometimes. He wants you to be able to help him solve certain problems. Okay, you cannot do all of these if you lack intellectual capacity. So please, develop yourself. All right? Develop yourself. One of the reasons why all that some people do with a young lady they meet is sleep with her is because there is nothing to talk about. In fact, and this is another thing that just bothers me with this generation, many a young lady in this generation only know how to talk about gossip, hot gist, celebrity gist, music, heartbreak, what's trending in the entertainment or gossip sectors. Please add more value to yourself. Many people spend a lot of time online and all they are doing is just watching jokes, is just looking for gossip and commenting on things they have no idea about just because they have cheap data, dropping useless comments here and there, insulting people online, what everywhere. Please learn how to use your time online to add value. Okay, someone said, thank you so much for this point. Some say some cannot relate except with Z World or Big Brother Naija. Hey, please now, you need to add a lot more value to yourself. You need to add a lot more value. You go out, people are talking, you cannot open your mouth to contribute because you don't know anything. You need to add value. And in this value I'm talking about, it includes spiritual value. Know God for yourself. Know how to read your Bible. Know how to understand what the Bible says. Do you understand? Till tomorrow, it still pains me how very easily many Christians are bamboozled by false doctrine or by anybody who just seems to have an opinion and just says it over the microphone or says it online. The next thing, you start seeing no manner of comments because people don't even know anything about God. They don't know anything about Christianity. Meanwhile, they have a Bible or you have a smartphone. Please, as a young lady, let Google be your friend. Let YouTube be your friend. Use them constructively, all right? Use them to learn something new every time. Let me move on, to the very last point, and I'll just close with this for time's sake. The last point here is don't give wife benefits as a girlfriend. Don't give wife benefits. Some of you ladies, some have not even gotten into a relationship with man. You are already living in his house. You are already washing his clothes. You are already cooking for him every weekend. What is all this nonsense? You think that will make him value you? You think that makes you special? And then you not deceive yourself, saying, no, that's just how I am. I'm just kind. I just like to take care of people. Shut up and stop deceiving yourself. There's a serious, self-concept issue that you need to deal with. You are looking for validation. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for love in the wrong places. You don't value yourself when you're doing that. Learn some scarcity, please. Don't start living in a man's house that's not married to you. Don't start sleeping with somebody that's not married to you. I mean, what else is he looking for? You have delivered all the goods. What else does he want? You see why those relationships eventually break off? Because there is nothing else you're bringing to the table. You see, he doesn't find any reason why he needs you any longer. He has gotten what he wants. Now he wants something else. Don't forget what I told you. Every time you gratify your feelings, those feelings actually don't get satisfied. They look for the next level of expression. So now that he has enjoyed this one, he's looking for the next. And then you say, after everything I did for you, I gave you my body. I gave him. Who sent you that message? Why did you do that? Listen and listen good. Don't give wife benefits when you have not been wifed. I'll have to stop here for now, okay? I need to go right now because I don't want this to go unnecessarily long. All right, so I hope this has been a good use of your time. Remember these 8 points. They're going to be uploaded on our YouTube page. Please feel free to go there every week, because every week something new is dropping on our YouTube channel. All right. And then watch it, share it, comment, and then, subscribe most importantly. Thank you so much. I hope this has been a good use of your time. See you again next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Nigerian time. God bless you and have a good one.